This car battery was installed poorly. It has a loose positive connection. So I'm going to take this opportunity to sort that out. So when you're disconnecting a car battery, you want to remove the negative first. The reason for that is if you remove the positive first, you'll get an arc as you remove the positive, which causes a surge, which can do damage to the car, computer, or other electronics. It usually won't, but it's just something you want to avoid because that can be an expensive mistake. So you remove the negative cable first, and then you remove the positive. And that way, as long as the negative's not connected, when you're removing or attaching the positive, you won't get that arc. So remember, remove the negative first when removing the battery, and attach the positive first when reinstalling the battery. So the next thing you want to do is clean the terminals, and for that I use a battery terminal battery post cleaner like this. So the reason you want to do that is you just want to clean any oxidization off the battery post and terminals so that they get a nice good clean connection when you bolt it back up. So the battery post cleaning tool has two parts. It has a wire brush for both the inside of the terminals and the battery post itself. You don't need to go too vigorous with that. You don't want to remove too much material, especially on the lead battery post. You just want to get rid of any surface oxidization. You could also use a little bit of fine sandpaper to do the job if that's what you've got. We're going to use some Vaseline, and that's just going to help keep the terminals clean and keep oxidization off the terminals. You can use Vaseline, don't use too much, but it's going to melt away with heat. So the ideal thing would actually be copper grease if you can get a hold of some of that. I'm just using Vaseline here because that's what I've got. And then you tighten it up, remembering connect your positive first without the negative connected. Now, as far as how tight you want to do it goes, you don't want to do it too tight because you can break it. You can either break the terminal bracket, or you can snap the nut. And it doesn't need to be super tight. It needs to be tight enough that you can't shift it with your hand. You can't rotate it on the post with your hand. As you saw at the start of this video, the positive terminal, we could twist it by hand on the post. And long term, that's going to cause a few problems. You could damage the alternator, or you could damage the battery, or you could find the battery isn't charging properly, and other issues. Something best and easily avoided. And I'm just going to tighten the bracket here and make sure that that's nice and secure. And there we have it.